Good morning, children. Last week we had begun with a beautiful story, The 100 Dresses. Today we are going to do the second part of the same. We read in the first part that Wanda Petronsky, who was laughed at every time, had won the drawing and designing competition. She was not present in the school and everybody applauded for her. Now let's see what happens next. We are on page number 73, children, the second part of the 100 Dresses, chapter 6. We read in the last part of chapter 5 that in absence of Wanda, everybody applauded for her, and Miss Mason also spoke in a very appreciative manner for Wanda. While the class was circling the room, the monitor from the principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. Miss Mason read it several times and studied it thoughtfully for a while. Why? Because she felt that whatever was written, that could not be true. She was not ready to believe that this thing can also be possible. So she read and read again and again, and then she thought for a while, and then she clapped her hands. Attention, class, everyone back to their seat. When the shuffling of feet had stopped and the room was still and quiet, Miss Mason said, I have a letter from Wanda's father that I want to read to you. So Miss Mason informed the class that there was a letter from Wanda's father that she wanted to read in front of everyone. Miss Mason stood there a moment, and the silence in the room grew tense and expectant. Everybody was thinking what could be there written in the father's letter, in Wanda's father's letter. The teacher adjusted her glasses slowly and deliberately because she was reading. Her manner indicated that what was coming. So everybody could assume now that what could be written in the letter. This letter from Wanda's father was a matter of great importance. Everybody listened closely as Miss Mason read the brief note. Dear teacher, it was written, My Wanda will not come to your school anymore. Jake also. Now we move away to big city. No more holler, Polak. No more ask why funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city. Yours truly, Jan Petronsky. So children, father had written that he was taking away his children from there. And now his children would not come to school anymore because they were moving to a big city. According to Wanda's father, there were the funny names, more funny names in the city, and nobody would ask them that why did the family had funny name with them or in their family. A deep silence met the reading of this letter. Miss Mason took off her glasses, blew on them, and wiped them on her soft white handkerchief. This showed that everybody was very sad to hear. Miss Mason also was very sad to listen to it and read whatever was written in the letter. Then she put them on again and looked at the class. When she spoke, her voice was very low. I am sure that none of the boys and girls in room 13 would purposely and deliberately hurt anyone's feelings because his or her name happened to be a long, unfamiliar one. So teacher said that she felt that nobody in room number 13 was criticizing anybody or making fun of the other student of the class on account of the name the student had. And she also felt that she said that I prefer to think that what was said in thoughtlessness. I know that all of you feel the way I do, that this is very unfortunate thing to have happened. Unfortunate and sad both. And what I want you all to think about it. So the teacher said that it is a very sad thing that the parent is feeling so upset that his children were made fun of because of their name, on account of their name. So he had removed his children from the school. She felt that next time nobody is going to have this kind of thoughtless behavior with anyone. Nobody will be there who will be making fun of anybody else on account of this kind of unfamiliar name. So she said that it was very unlucky thing that had happened. Why unlucky? Because such a good girl only because she was made fun of because of her unusual name was removed from the school because her father was upset. The first period was study period. Maddie tried to prepare her lessons, but she could not put her mind on her work. Why? Because she must be thinking about Wanda and how the people used to laugh at her, and now she was no more in the school. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. True, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in her closet, but she had said nothing. She had stood by silently, and that was just as bad as what Peggy had done. Worse. So here she says she was thinking that she was equally responsible for whatever was done to Wanda. She says that Peggy was always making fun and asking Wanda about her dresses. And she was also standing close to Peggy, but she never stopped Peggy. And on the other hand, she, by remaining quiet, became the partner in crime, in hurting feelings of Wanda. True, she had not enjoyed, but still she was the partner. She had stood by silently. This was the reason that she was feeling guilty now. And she had behaved worse. Peggy was just speaking whatever she wanted. But to become the partner is worse. She was a coward because she was not having courage to stop Peggy. At least Peggy hadn't considered they were being mean, but Maddie, had thought they were doing wrong. She could put herself in Wanda's shoes. Why? Because she was also equally poor, similar in the stature, similar in the financial conditions of the family. Therefore, she could put herself into Wanda's shoes. Then why did she bear whatever was happening with Wanda? She should have stopped the children. She should have stopped Peggy. Goodness, wasn't there anything she could do? If only she could tell Wanda she hadn't meant to hurt her feelings. She turned round and stole a glance at Peggy, but Peggy did not look up. She seemed to be studying hard. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, Maddie, had to do something. So Maddie thought of doing something about it. She was feeling so guilty inside that she wanted to do something for Wanda. She saw Peggy, and Peggy was studying there in the study period, but she felt whether Peggy does anything or not, she would do something to come out of that guilt. Well, whether Peggy felt bad or not, Maddie had to do something. She had to find Wanda Petransky. Maybe she had not yet moved away. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her, and they would tell Wanda she had won the contest, that they thought she was smart, and the 100 dresses were beautiful. So she thought that it might be possible that Peggy would come along with her, and they both would go and tell Wanda that she had won the contest, and the dresses that she had designed for the competition, they were extremely beautiful and exotic. So Maddie thought of going visiting to Wanda's house.